why are taxes are levied, and also next thereafter components or sources of income tax law. So next thereafter is okay, income tax. It is a tax levied on the total income of a person related to the previous year. So before going that, it's okay. What is the previous year? It's okay. That is the section 3. Yesterday already run section statements. Section 1 is applicability of the act. Yesterday that is the act is applicable to the whole of India, even including in the state of Jammu and Kashmir also. The income tax act is applicable. Yesterday that means the act came into force with effect from 1st April 1962 onwards. But the levy of income tax in India is as per Income Tax Act 1961. Section 3 is called as the previous year. Yes, sir. Next, before SK discussing the previous year, SK first you have to read the definition of assessment year. Section 2, subsection 9. Assessment year. What is the assessment year? SK Income Tax Act మొత్తంలో ఇంపార్టెన్స్ SK first assessment year. Next thereafter previous year. Assessment year, it is a period of 12 months commencing from the it is a period of 12 months commencing from the first day of April and 31st March of next year. As a act law importance, previous year importance assessment year and assessment year. This assessment year is based on the as per the Finance Act 2019. Already నేను చెప్పినట్టున్నాను సార్, Annual Finance Act 2019. The Annual Finance Act 2019 is applicable to the assessment year SK 2021. SK that means the present assessment year is called as the 1st April 2022 31st March 2021. SK compulsory. In general terminology, SK assessment year means tax paid year is called as the assessment year in German in general terminology. But as per your Income Tax Act definition, assessment year means it is a means. That is an exhaustive definition. It's already sir, section 2 definitions. The entire act contains various definitions. Certain definitions are inclusive definitions, certain definitions are exclusive or exhaustive definition. Sir, is it exclusive or inclusive? Sir, while reading the definition of it means assessment year means it is a period of 12 months commencing from the first day of April and 31st of March of next year. The present assessment year is called as the 1st April 2022, 31st March 2021. In simple terminology, 2020-21. Assessment year lo compulsory 12 months undali sir. So next in general terminology, tax paid year is called as the assessment year. Before after completing the assessment year definition, next thereafter previous year. Income tax means it is a tax levied on the total income of a person related to the previous year. Section 3. What is the previous year? Previous year means the financial year. Previous year means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. Previous year means the financial year. Financial year. What is the financial year? Financial year means accounting year. What is the accounting year? You know very well, sir. Accounting year means from 1st April to 31st March. Previous year means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. Preceding the assessment year. That means next. For assessment year 2021, the immediately preceding previous year is called as the 2019-20. This is also coming in from the 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. Act law ఇంపార్టెన్స్ దేనికి సార్ అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఎస్ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ సార్ అంటే అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ మీరు డెఫినేషన్ చదువుకునేటప్పుడు కూడా డెఫినేషన్ చూసుకోండి సార్ అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ ఇస్ సెక్షన్ 2 సబ్ సెక్షన్ 9 నెక్స్ట్ దేర్ ఆఫ్టర్ సెక్షన్ 3 ఇస్ కాల్డ్ as ది ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ సార్ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ లో 12 మంత్స్ ఉంటాయి అనేది నేను చెప్పలేదు సార్ అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ లో కంపల్సరీ 12 మంత్స్ ఉండాలి ఇట్ మీన్స్ అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ ఇస్ ఏ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ 12 months commencing from the first day of April and 31st March of the next year. Section 3 previous year means financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. The present previous year is called as the 2019-20. In general terminology, previous year is also it is a tax levied year, levied or charged. Tax levied or charged year is called as the previous year. This is the general terminology. But as per Act definition, previous year means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. This is the general. Next, in the case of newly setting up of business or profession, in the case of newly setting up of business or profession, the previous year may be different. What is the previous year in this case? The date on which the setting up of the date on which the setting up of newly business or profession to the end of immediately 31st March. To the end of immediately 31st March. Let us take one example, sir. For suppose Mr. A chartered accountant, commencing his profession, that means a practice from 1st September 2019 onwards. 1st September 2019 onwards. In this case, determine the previous year. Determine the previous year. In this case, my previous year is called as the 1/9/2019 to immediately 31st March is called as the 31st March 2020. సార్ ఎవరైనా కానీ ఇది 1920 అని చెప్తే రాంగ్ సార్. ఎందుకని సార్ అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ ద న్యూలీ సెట్టింగ్ అప్ ఆఫ్ బిజినెస్ ఆర్ ప్రొఫెషన్. దట్ మీన్స్ బిఫోర్ సెప్టెంబర్ 1st 2019 there is no profession. That's why in the case of newly setting up of business or profession, the previous year may be different. The previous year will be the from the date on which the setting up of such business or profession to the end of immediately 31st March. Sir, for this previous year, what is the assessment year? Assessment year is called as the 2020-21. It means assessment year లో 12 months ఉంటాయి చూసుకోండి సార్. బట్ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ లో మాత్రం 12 months ఉండొచ్చు, మేబీ ఉండకపోవచ్చు. బట్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ బిజినెస్, the previous year also contains 12 months. If it is a newly setting up of business or profession, the previous year will be different. For suppose A Limited incorporated on 1st January 2020 onwards. 1st January 2020 onwards. Determine the previous year for the assessment year 2020-21. In this case, the previous year is 1st January 2020 to 31st March 2020. Immediately 31st March. అయ్యో సార్ నేను బిజినెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి 3 months అవుతుంది, నేను అప్పుడే బుక్స్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్స్ క్లోజ్ చేయాలా? కంపల్సరీ సార్. దట్ మీన్స్ every person has to follow the uniform previous year from the year 1991 onwards. కంపల్సరీ ప్రతి పర్సన్ యూనిఫామ్ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ ఫాలో అవుతుంది సార్. దట్ మీన్స్ ఈ కేసులో కనుక మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ లో 3 months. వాట్ ఈస్ అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ సార్? ద అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ ఇస్ 2020-21. In this the assessment year 12 months. For suppose for next year the assessment year is 21-22. Same A Limited case. What is the previous year sir? The previous year will be 2020-21. ఎందుకని సార్ అంటే that is an existing business. If it is an existing business, the previous year and assessment year, both the years, it consists of 12 months. If it is a newly setting up of business or profession, that means the previous year it contains maybe 12 or less than 12 months. Even if it is existing or newly setting up of business or profession, the assessment year itself contains 12 months compulsory. Very important, sir. Next thereafter, SSC commenced his profession on 1st March 2020. 1st March 2020. What is the previous year in this case? The previous year is from 1st March 2020 to 31st March 2020. This is the previous year. What is the assessment year? Assessment year is 2021. సో అర్థమైందా సార్? నెక్స్ట్ దేర్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఎస్ఓకే ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ ఇస్ ఓవర్, అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్ ఇస్ ఓవర్. ఎస్ఓకే వన్స్ అగైన్ సార్, assessment year means it is a period of 12 months commencing from the first day of April and 31st March of the next year. The present assessment year is for the assessment year is 2021 to 2020 to 2021. That is based on the annual finance act 2019. Chala easy sir gurtupettukotam. What is the finance act which is applicable? Finance Act 2019 is applicable to your SK May 20 and also November 20 examination. For this Finance Act 2019, SK the assessment year is SK 2020 and 21. Continuation 19, 20, 21. SK మీ దగ్గర కనుక ఐసిఐ మెటీరియల్ కానీ లేదా ఏదైనా ఆధార్ బుక్ కానీ ఉంటే చూసుకోండి సార్. ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ అండ్ జిఎస్టీ SK that is based on the annual finance act 2019. For the assessment year 2021, previous year ఉండదు సార్. Okay, November 20 is the last attempt for the Finance Act 2019. Okay, next thereafter, previous year. What is the previous year? Previous year means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. What is the present assessment year? That is the 2021. For the assessment year 2021, the previous year is called as the 2019-20. Okay, if it is an existing business, okay, the previous year is 1920. If it is a newly setting up of business or profession, okay, in this case the previous year may be different, but assessment year is the same. Okay, next thereafter is income tax. It is a tax levied on the total income of a person related to the previous year. Next thereafter, previous year is over. As a general terminology, previous year is called as a tax levied or charged year is called as the previous year. Assessment year is called as the tax paid. Previous year లో మనం ఎర్న్ చేసిన ఇన్కమ్ మీద ట్యాక్స్ ఎప్పుడు పే చేస్తాం సార్ అంటే అసెస్మెంట్ ఇయర్. నెక్స్ట్ పర్సన్. Who is the person? Who is the person? Yes, okay, person. Section 2, subsection 31. Person includes, that is inclusive definition. Person includes, yes, okay, individual. Next, Hindu undivided family. Hindu undivided family in simple terminology, HUF. Next, partnership form. Next, company. Next, association of persons and body of individuals. Next, local authority. Last one is called as the artificial juridical person. In simple terminology, AJ. It's income tax. It is a tax levied on the total income of a person related to the previous year. Previous year is over. At the same time, assessment year is also over. Yes, okay. Next, it is levied on the person. Who is the person? Person includes individual. Who is individual? Yes, the term individual means yes, okay, natural persons, human beings. Human beings. That is human beings. Yes, okay. Human beings includes, yes, okay, that means males, females. Yes, okay. Next, children's pillakailu. Next, thereafter is and also a person of unsound mind also is also treated as a person. But yes, okay, on behalf of the minor children and also person of unsound mind, the legal representatives are liable to pay the tax. మీరు గజనీ మూవీ కనుక అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే ఆన్ బిహాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎస్కే సూర్య ఎస్కే వాళ్ళ కంపెనీ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్స్ వచ్చి ఆడిటెడ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ మీద ట్యాక్స్ మీద ఎస్కే ట్యాక్స్ రిటర్న్స్ మీద సైన్ చేయించుకుని వెళ్తారు సార్. ఎస్కే దట్ మీన్స్ మేల్స్, ఫిమేల్స్, చిల్డ్రన్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో పర్సన్ ఆఫ్ అన్సౌండ్ మైండ్. ఎస్ మీకు డౌట్స్ ఉండొచ్చు. ఈవెన్ ట్రాన్స్జెండర్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఇంక్లూడెడ్ అండర్ ది డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇండివిడ్యువల్. ఎస్కే దట్ మీన్స్ ఇండివిడ్యువల్ మీన్స్ న్యాచురల్ పర్సన్. Yes, again, next Manavesa, human beings. Both it includes both males, females, next children's, transgenders, person of unsound mind also. Next, Hindu undivided family. What is a Hindu undivided family? Hindu undivided family. Yes, a Hindu undivided family is also liable to pay the income tax, and also there is a separate assessment for the tax assessment for the HUF. Yes, okay. According to Income Tax Act 1961, yes, okay, HUF has not been defined. But as per Hindu Succession Act 1956, a family which consists of lineal ascendant, a family which consists of a lineal ascendant, a family which consists of all male members having a lineal ascendant, including their wives and unmarried daughters. Unmarried daughters. What about married daughters? Are married daughter, she will become a member in the another Hindu undivided family. She is a member in the another Hindu undivided family. Yes, okay. A family which consists of all male members, yes, okay, including lineal ascendant and their wives and also unmarried daughters. Next, thereafter, yes, okay. In India, there are two schools of HAF. Yes, okay. That is the first one is Dayabhaga School of Law and also Metakshara School of Law. Dayabhaga School of Law and Metakshara School of Law. What is a Dayabhaga? 1 minute, Amma. Shiva. Shiva. Madam, charging అయిపోతున్నాను. Charging
బ్లాక్ ప్లగ్
ఇది In India, there are two schools of HAF. Basically, that is the Dayabhaga School of Law and also Metakshara School of Law. So, what is the Dayabhaga School of Law and also what is the Metakshara School of Law? In the case of this Dayabhaga School of Law is applicable to the Dayabhaga School of Law is applicable to the West Bengal and Assam. Metakshara School of Law is applicable to the rest of India. That means except West Bengal and also Assam. What is the difference between Dayabhaga School of and also Metakshara School of Law? In the case of the Dayabhaga School of Law, okay, the children does not acquire the right in the family property as long as the head of the family is living. Yes, okay, that means head of the family. The head of the family is called as the either karta or manager. Karta or manager. Yes, okay. Karta generally is okay. Ever sir and yes, okay. Father. Yes, okay. Peru chuppoda father, but literally yes, okay. Next, yes, the head of the family is called as the karta or manager of yes, okay. As long as head of the family is living, yes, okay, the children does not acquire the right in the family property. In the case of the Dayabhaga School of Law. But in the case of the Metakshara School of Law, it's okay, in our Andhra Pradesh, it's okay, Metakshara School of Law is applicable. It's okay, applicable. It's okay. That means in this case, the children acquires a right in the family property. It's okay, by birth. It's okay, by birth. It's okay. Potato. It's okay. Mano aastula unte kanaka. It's okay. Naaku right undi. It's okay. That means it's okay. Karnataka kavachakundalalu unnate. But Dayabhaga School of Law, okay, that means the children acquires the right in the family property after death of the head of the family. Okay, but these are the major differences between the Dayabhaga School and Metakshara School of Law. Okay, HUF has not been defined under the Income Tax Act 1961. HUF means there is a family which consists of is all male members, including a lineal ascendant, their wives, and also unmarried daughters. In India, there are two schools of law. That is the Dayabhaga School of Law and also Metakshara School of Law. Next, HUF is arised by way of the status. It is arised by way of status and not by way of contract. Not by way of contract. Contract sir, that is not a family. That is arised by way of the status. HUF is also affected by way of the births and also deaths. Okay. So family member would put it in sir, automatically add decrease. Yes, the members in HUF is called as the co-partners. The members in HUF is called as the co-partners. Prior to 6th September 2005, only male members are called as the co-partners. Next, thereafter, with effect from 6th September 2005 onwards, a female member is also a co-partner in the Hindu undivided family. But wives and also next married daughters, they are not members in the Hindu undivided family. Next, there is no HUF status in the state of the Kerala. You know very well, sir, Kerala Mottum Christianity. There is no HUF status in the state of Kerala. So next, thereafter, Jains and also next Agadavas, they are also accessible under the Hindu undivided family. Very important, sir. Next, thereafter, person includes individual and also HUF. Next, thereafter, partnership form. What is a partnership form? You know very well. CPT level of Partnership Act 1932. According to Partnership Act 1932, partnership form, it is a relationship between two persons who agreed to share the profits or losses at an agreed ratio. That means as per Partnership Form Act 1932, partnership form is not a legal person. But as per Income Tax Act 1961, partnership form is a legal person. That means a registration of partnership form is mandatory in the case of the Income Tax Act 1961. That means partnership form includes LLP, Limited Liability Partnership Form. What is the difference between the LLP and also partnership form? In the case of the partnership form, the liability of the partners is unlimited. In the case of the LLP, the liability of the partners is limited only to the extent of the capital contribution. What is the major difference between the partnership form as per Partnership Act 1932 as per Income Tax Act 1961? According to Partnership Act 1932, partnership form is not a legal person. That means the registration of partnership form is not mandatory. But as per Income Tax Act 1961, the registration of partnership form is mandatory. That's why as per Income Tax Act 1961, partnership form is a legal person. Next, thereafter, one by one, company. Company. What is a company? Company means a company. There are two types of companies. That is a domestic company. Domestic company includes Indian company. Next, foreign company. Domestic company and also foreign company. What is a domestic company? Domestic company means a company which is incorporated or registered in India as per the Companies Act 2013. It's a domestic company or Indian company means a company which is incorporated or registered under the Companies Act 2013 or any other previous acts. Foreign company. Foreign company means a company which is not a domestic company is called as a foreign company. That's all. A company which is not a domestic company is called as a foreign company. That's all. Next, thereafter is a AOP. Person definition can observe is a individual is over, HUF is over, partnership form is over. Next, and also company is over. Next, thereafter, association of persons. Association of persons or body of individuals. It's a association of persons. So, okay, what is a AOP? Association of persons. AOP consists of both individuals and also non-individuals. Body of individuals, it consists only individuals. AOP, it's okay. AOP means it's okay. Two or more persons formed together as a some common purpose without an intention to form the partnership deed. Yes. Next. AOP means association of person means it contains both individuals and also non-individuals. Two or more persons formed together as a some common purpose or some common action without forming a partnership deed. Sir, but partnership deed that is a partnership. That means a registration is mandatory. Without registration is called as the association of persons. That means AOP. The best example of AOP is called as the CPT lo చదువుకుని ఉంటారు sir. Joint venture is the best example. That means the case of joint venture, the person in joint venture is called as the co-venturers. Next is a body of individuals. It consists only individuals. AOP lo ఎవరెవరు ఉండొచ్చు sir? Both individuals and also non-individuals. Sir, A and also X Limited. Both are formed together as some common purpose or some common action without an intention to form the partnership deed. That is called as the AOP. Next, BY, body of individuals. It consists of only individuals. It is created by operation of law. It's a best example. Or suppose if individual is carrying on the business, it's a immediate death of individual. The business is carried out by the wife on behalf of the individual. That is called as the body of individual. Body of individual. That means it consists only individuals. AOP, it is created voluntarily. But body of individuals, it is operated by way of the operation of law. Next up. AOP and BY is also over. Local authority. What is a local authority? When a person says, sir, the term local authority includes panchayats. Village lo ganaka manam chuste local authority means it is a local government formed by the state government. State government means there is a government which is formed by the central government. Central government means that is as per the constitution of the India. Local authority. The term local authority includes panchayats, municipal committee, next, and also district boards. Next, thereafter, and the cantonment boards. Cantonment board means military areas. Next, the term local authority includes panchayats, municipal committees, and also district boards, and also next cantonment boards. Next, even any income is arising by the local authority by way of business or profession. Remaining all other heads of income is exempted from the tax. Only if local authority, that means best example is Guntur Municipal Corporation or Vizag Municipal Corporation or Vijayawada Municipal Corporation. If they are engaging in the business activity, that means any income is arising on that, that local authority is also able to pay the tax to the government. Last one is called as the AJP. Artificial juridical person, not judicial, sir. Artificial juridical person. That means artificial juridical person means not following any one of the preceding categories called as a AJP. That means artificial persons. The best example of AJP is called as the idols, vigrahalu, deities, temples. Next, and also universities. Acharya Nagarjuna University. Next, Padmavati University. Next, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam. It is not a limited company, or it is not a partnership of, or it is not a HE of Srinivas, and also next his family members. That means Bhudevi and Sridevi along and Venkatesh Swami. They are not treated as a HEF, or they are not treated as a partnership firm. All these are called as the artificial juridical persons. Even though Political parties is also the best example of the AJP. Yes, okay. The best examples of AJP is what is the idols, deities, universities. Even universities is also able to pay the tax to the governments. Political parties also. Yes, okay. Next, yes, okay. This is our person definition. Yes, okay. Income tax, it is a tax levied on the total income of a person related to the previous year. Previous year is over, person is over. Actual importance previous year assessment year assessment year. Next, who is the person? Person includes, it is an inclusive definition, it includes individual, HUF, partnership firm, company, AOP or BOI, local authority, and also AJP. Next, total income. What is our total income? Total income is different, income is different, gross total income is different. Yes, okay, total income. Steps with them, sir. Total income. Before calculation of the total income, before calculation of the total income, first you have to determination of the determination of residential status. One by one. Determination of residential status. Yes, okay. That means there is a section 6. Yes, okay. 2 minutes. Determination of residential status. Yes, second step is classification of income under each head. Classification of income under each head. Yes, there are 5 heads of income. Five heads of income. The first head of income, salaries, house property. Next, PCBP, profits and gains of business or profession, capital gains, other sources. Only 5 heads of income. Okay, next. Other sources. Yes, again, next, different but the person may receive the different sources of income, but these sources of income again classified into the different heads of income. ఎలా క్లాసిఫై చేస్తాం సార్? Based on the chargeability section. As per section 15, that is section 15, charging section. In house property section 22, PCBP section 28, capital gains section 45, other sources section 56. These are the charging section. That means wrong classification. Sir, salaries income, house property income, PCBP. Wrong classification may lead to the wrong availment of exemptions and also wrong availment of the deductions also. It may lead to the penalties and also punishments also. Salaries is section 15 to 17. House properties section 22 to 27. PCBP 28 to 44. 45 to 55. Other sources is 56 to 59. Yes, these are the sections. Section basis kuni ఏ head లో ఉందో చెప్పాలి సార్. Next, step 3. Calculation of total income. Yes, okay. First one is determination of residential status. Section 6. Yes, okay. Next, is a classification of income under each head. Wait amma, yes, okay. Session end అవుతుంది. Wait 2 minutes.